Hi, sweet friends, welcome back. Today we're getting started right away here in the kitchen, first with a bit of deep cleaning that I prefer to do at the start of the new year. And then once that's done, I thought I would share some of our best kitchen organization methods. And then lastly, we'll finish up decorating this part of the kitchen for winter. Starting with our chandelier above our island, I find it's best to work from top to bottom so that you don't end up getting things dirty that you've already cleaned. Since it wasn't actually as dusty as I thought it would be, I opted to skip the all-purpose cleaner and glass cleaner for the globes and just use a Swiffer duster. However, if yours is looking a little bit more dusty and grimy, it's a great time to tackle this sometimes neglected job. After the holidays, I find that all of the baking, meal prep, and gatherings, our cabinetry is in dire need of some extra attention. To clean and refresh the cabinets, I like to use a homemade solution of 3/4 cup of water to a 1/4 cup of distilled vinegar, a dollop of dish soap, and a few drops of an essential oil. Today, I'm going to be using this vanilla scented one, which smells so good. Once I transfer the solution to a spray bottle, I'll give it a little shake and it's time to get to work. One tip when using this cabinet cleaner is to let it set on the surface 1 to 2 minutes on areas especially where there is extra greasy buildup, either from cooking oils or oily fingertips. Then with a damp microfiber cloth, you'll wipe away any excess to reveal a fresh and clean surface. If you are new, I'm so glad you found me. My name is Amy, and I hope you enjoy your time here. Currently, I'm in my winter decorating series, and we've already decorated our living room and the other part of the kitchen where our breakfast nook and coffee bar is located. If you happen to miss those, I'll have them all linked down below in a winter 2025 decorating series. As always, if you do enjoy today's video and find it helpful or entertaining in any way, I'd appreciate a big thumbs up and maybe even a share over on your socials. That really does help me out. And if you like what you see today and haven't already, I would love if you would consider subscribing. Another area that I wanted to address today is the kitchen faucet. We have hard water with lots of limescale buildup. I'm going to add white vinegar to this measuring cup, enough that the faucet head can be submerged. I'll let this soak for 1 to 2 hours, and I find that this method is effective and safe for most finishes. For the same purpose, I'm popping over to our water dispenser on our fridge. I'll first remove and soak the catch-all plate in vinegar, and then I'll add a vinegar-saturated paper towel over the limescale buildup, allowing it to soak for a few hours as well, while we finish up the cabinets. I so wish I would have known about the effectiveness of this technique earlier. You might have noticed the finish on our fridge was destroyed because of my bright idea to gently, but not gently enough obviously, use a Brillo pad to scour away the buildup. Well, obviously that didn't work, so definitely give this method a try before you do something like me and let me know your results. Like I mentioned before, it's always good to work from top to bottom, so definitely a tip is to leave your lower cabinet moldings to last. Vacuum away all the dust and hair before you add water to it, because then you're just going to create a mess. Now, if you have white painted cabinets like ours, I like to go along the edges with a magic eraser to remove black marks and scuffs. Then I'll just take a damp microfiber cloth and wipe those areas clean. Since we're working on those lower, hard to reach areas, I'm going to go ahead and remove this bottom drawer and run the vacuum. I know sometimes this area and the space under the fridge can get super dusty. I can also link last year's video where we took apart the oven door and cleaned in between the glass and inside the oven really well. So just in case you're interested, you can watch that after you're finished watching today's video. I also want to apologize for my raspy voice. I think I'm coming down with a cold, so I do hope you forgive me for that. Now that the deep cleaning is finished for today, let's quickly take a look at our kitchen faucet and fridge to see how well the vinegar worked at removing the limescale buildup. At first glance, it didn't look much better, but with just a little bit of dish detergent and a soft bristle brush, the limescale residue just fell right off. So, in fact, the vinegar solution worked like a charm. Okay, friends, so now let's switch gears to some organization. In this cabinet, we have cookbooks on one side and all of our cooking oils on the other. To better utilize the space and to prevent the oils from ending up knocked over when searching for items in the back, I'm adding a Lazy Susan or turntable for better functionality. So first things first, I'll empty out everything and then get the Lazy Susan put in place and then organize it back in this cabinet. Now, if you're like me, when I search for organization items or other videos showcasing the best kitchen storage options, I like them to not only look aesthetically pleasing, but to make sense and actually provide better functionality. So, one of the items that I cannot rave more highly about is this 3-column spice rack that I found from Amazon. We absolutely love this. It is nice and sturdy and holds all the essential spices we need. Today, I do need to refill a couple of our spice jars that are running low. Now, I did buy these separately, and we equally love them. Also, I will do my best to link the cleaning, organizing, and decorating items that I've used today down in the description box just in case you're interested. As you can see, because we shop at Sam's Club, our spices are a little bit more oversized and bulky. And so, in order to remedy the clutter, I dedicated an overflow drawer for those larger spice containers. That way, everything has a home, making the kitchen so much less cluttered. Next up, we're going to tackle the cluttered mess under our kitchen sink. Please let me know. I can't be the only one, right? Well, as organized as I try to be, some things just get cluttered and things are randomly placed, closed up into a cabinet, hoping nobody happens by and opens it. Anyway, you're seeing the before shots of the space, and I had such high hopes for this area. But unfortunately, heads up, things didn't turn out like I wanted, which is such a bummer, but I know that it can't always go perfectly as we planned, and I really did want to just show the process in reality because lots of times on YouTube, it looks like everything goes so smoothly, nothing is a problem, and that's just not reality. So first things first, I'm taking everything that we have cluttered up under the sink, and then I'll show you my problem. So here is the awesome under sink organizer that I was so excited to install. It comes as a 2-pack metal pull-out organizer with 2 adjustable shelves. It features the L-shape pull-out design, and so I thought this was going to fit under our sink perfectly, going around our drains and our large disposal unit. But unfortunately, even though I measured and double-checked to make sure it would fit, I measured incorrectly, probably only by 2/8 of an inch because I neglected to take into account the hinge mechanism of our doors. I could install this on an angle, but I just didn't think that it would look good. So, unfortunately, back to the drawing board. A good something is better than a perfect nothing. That's something that I heard from a good friend, Amy Fritz, here on YouTube. And isn't that the absolute truth? I'm going to organize everything as neatly as possible. Using the vertical space in the cabinet will provide additional storage. These hooks will be great for hanging my rubber gloves on, drying a kitchen towel, and for a microfiber cloth that I only use for my stainless steel. Under the hanging storage, I'll sneak in my rolled dish drying mat. Next, I'll add an old plastic container that I'm filling with Brillo pads, sponges, magic erasers, and disposal refreshers. Nestled behind the 2 doors, I'll add back in my dish caddy that I keep my dish soap and additional cleaning brushes in. Lastly, I'll add in another Lazy Susan for functionality, allowing me to place my most used solutions right at my fingertips. Yes, beautiful clear containers and bottles that are made of either a clear or amber glass would definitely improve the cabinet aesthetically, but right now it works just fine and it is much improved. Don't you think? Also, at the start of a new year, I find it helpful to discard any plastic containers that are broken or missing lids and replace them with new ones. I chose these Rubbermaid 3.2 cup BPA-free plastic containers with airtight lids. They are ideal for lunch, meal prep, and leftovers, and it comes in a set of 5. They also come in other various sizes, which I'm highly interested in adding to this collection this year. Real quick, over to our pantry, I wanted to show you some examples of how I set it up and organized it, and I can link that video from a couple years ago down below if you would like to take a closer in-depth look. But that's one way to prove that a system works. Even after years later, nothing has changed and is still working since I implemented it. I love to use clear bins for snacks, cereals, and baking ingredients. Also, the bottom slide-out drawers are a much appreciated upgrade. So it is the next day. Yesterday I finished up in here with the deep cleaning and organizing, and today I thought we'd come back in and decorate it for winter. If you remember in my last video, we decorated in the other part of the kitchen in the breakfast nook, and we've already tackled our living room, so we are moving right along with the winter series. If you happen to miss that, I'll have it linked here at the end. You might have heard my coffee brewing, and so I'm gonna grab a couple of sips of that, and I think we'll start on the kitchen island. For winter especially, I desire a more clean, simple, uncluttered look. So centered beneath the chandelier, I'm bringing in this glazed ceramic bowl with handles from the new spring collection from Studio McGee. I'm taking some paper to fill up the bottom, which I'll cover with a neutral kitchen tea towel that you might sneak a peek of between the realistic faux artichokes that I'm layering on top. Adding the paper prevents the need to add additional artichokes to give it a fuller look, so this trick gives you more bang for your buck. Moving decor and adding lamps across kitchen counters can transform the space into a cozy, inviting area. Lamps provide soft, warm lighting that enhances the atmosphere, making the kitchen feel more welcoming. Rearranging decor gives the space a fresh and updated look, while allowing you to highlight seasonal or personal touches. The combination of layered decor and adding lighting creates visual interest, adding depth and charm to the kitchen. It's also super important to add softness to all the hard edges and materials that are found in a kitchen. So I like to place tea towels in and amongst vignettes, add them to the front of our dishwasher and oven, and hang them even from our kitchen rack. This gives a lived-in, soft, cozy feel, which is definitely something we all desire in the winter. Layering a grouping of cutting boards against your backsplash on your counter adds depth and texture, creating a warm look in your kitchen. Pulling functional items like colanders and pitchers into your decor is a fresh idea that combines both style with practicality. If the space feels incomplete, adding a small plant is the perfect finishing touch, bringing a pop of life to the arrangement. Placing my favorite vintage copper pieces on the ends, I'll continue that symmetrical look by mirroring the cream color of the tea towel with this floral plaque, new from Hobby Lobby. If you happen to miss my last video, we actually shopped all of Hobby Lobby's new spring shop and took a look at some of my favorites together, so make sure to check that out if you're interested. Now, if you've been here a while, you know that I like to conceal most of our outlets, especially the ones that we don't use, so placing this round basket in the center not only adds tons of texture and interest, but it also instantly makes that outlet disappear. In the winter, I love to add candlelight and mini lamps wherever I can. And so this candle warmer instantly makes this dark corner come alive, adding beautiful ambient light. Plus, there's no risk of fire, and the candle still fills the room with its amazing scent. Safe and stylish, a perfect combination. Moving right along to this side of the oven, I'm adding this black iron stand to display a yummy image in a cookbook. This makes another practical item pretty enough for decor, and it's a recipe I plan to try. All right, sweet friends, that pretty much wraps up today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. It did have a little bit of everything. I shared some deep cleaning ideas for the new year. I also went over some organization that you can use in your kitchen, and we did some winter decorating here in the rest of the kitchen. So if you enjoyed that, I would appreciate a big thumbs up, maybe even a share over on your socials. And if you are new, before you click out, I would love if you would consider subscribing. All right, so before we go, I always love to dive into God's Word together. So today I'll be reading from 1 Chronicles chapter 29, verse 11. Yours, O Lord, is the greatest, and the power, and the glory, and the majesty, and the splendor, for everything in heaven and earth is yours. Yours, Lord, is the kingdom. You're exalted as head over all. I thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Make sure to stay warm. My plan is to snuggle up on the couch and maybe drink a warm cup of tea. So I hope to see you next time with a little bit more winter decorating, and then we're going to be transitioning into some early spring decor. So I hope you're looking forward to that as well. Well, have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next one. Take care, and God bless, friends. Bye.